Hey friends, welcome back to my channel. My name is Sydney. In today's video, we will be chatting about all things 2023 goals. Bookish goals, content goals, life goals. And in turn, you will see a glimpse of what I have in store for you and what is to come in the new year. So hey, what's up? How are you? I hope you're doing well. Thank you so much for being here and hanging out with me for a little bit. There's something really nice but equally scary of doing a video like this. On one hand, it's nice because I can come back to this video and check in and see how I'm doing with my yearly goals, see what I've accomplished and see how far I've come on certain things and kind of keep myself in check, you know? But it's also, on the other hand, equally scary because I'm telling you what I want to be doing. I'm telling you what my plans are. And if I don't accomplish them, joke's on me. But I personally love these types of videos. I love watching goal videos because it makes me feel motivated and gives me ideas of things that I also want to be better at, things that I'm also motivated to accomplish or get done. So here we are. We're making this video and I hope future Sydney is proud of me. The first little group of things I want to chat about are content and reading goals. The basis question is, what will my Goodreads goal be in 2023? I'm gonna make it the same exact one I made it this year, 75 books. I feel like that is a phenomenal number for me. Right now it's December 15th or something. I just finished my 76th book of the year, and that's on top of planning a wedding, moving into a house, renovating a house, all of these things. So I'm super proud of myself for accomplishing that goal, and I know that I could read more next year. However, I want to keep it at 75 because I also don't want to feel pressured by the number. The Goodreads goal shouldn't mean anything, but there is this psychological pressure that I feel that I still have to accomplish it, you know? But also this goes right into a goal that I feel is also super important to me, and that's just making sure that I'm having fun while reading. This is a hobby. This isn't something that I want to feel like a job. I don't want to sit on my couch and force myself to read things that I don't want to read. I don't want to force myself to binge read all of these books just to hit a quota. This is supposed to be fun, and that is something that I really tried to focus on this year. I tried to give myself a lot of grace this year because I've been so busy with the house, the wedding, the etc., whatever else. And I knew that I wasn't going to hit the goals that I had set the previous year purely because I hadn't taken those things into consideration. I hadn't thought about how busy I was going to be with things outside of YouTube. So halfway through the year, I had a little existential crisis. But then I realized that this is supposed to be fun. And so the latter half of this year in 2022, I feel like I actually had a pretty good time. I just accepted the fact that maybe I wouldn't get 2 videos out a week or 1 video out a week even. I was so busy doing other things that I recognized that and made myself take a step back and think, you are doing everything that you are able to do right now, and that's okay. So I want to take that mindset into 2023 and continue to just be kind to myself, do and create what I'm able to, and be proud of what I put out, whatever it may be. This goes into a content goal that I have for myself, and that is finding the content that I am most excited to create. I do feel like I'm starting to figure out what type of videos I enjoy making and editing, but I do still think that it's very much of a journey that I'm on. For example, I know that I really like making reading vlogs surrounding certain themes, challenges, or time periods, like a weekend reading vlog or something like that. And I just want to continue doing those types of videos in the new year while also making them a little bit more intricate. This will require me to be more organized. I must plan ahead. I want to sit down and kind of plan videos, plan ideas that I want to do in the next couple months or so, because even though that might be more time consuming and a little bit more messy while I'm filming those videos, I know that those are the types of videos that 1, I am most excited to watch, but most importantly 2, I'm most excited to create. A good kind of transitional question is something that I've been asked by quite a few people, and that is, will Spin the Bottle TBR come back? Well, originally why I had to stop was 1, when we moved, I could not find my things. Hence why I made a RuneScape Chooses my TBR for I think September. But then the rest of this year in 2022, since September, I was getting married and then I was settling in after the whirlwind that was my wedding. And now it's Christmas. It's the holiday season. I don't know why so many people in mine and Caleb's family decided to get birthed in the latter half of the year, but there has been so many birthdays, so many holidays, you know, Thanksgiving, Christmas, all of the things. So we've been pretty busy, and I've been kind of catching up this latter half of the year, but I do miss playing my game. And the answer is yes, Spin the Bottle TBR will be making its debut again in 2023. I have yet to determine in what capacity though. Having a very loose TBR for this latter half of the year has been very nice. I felt like I've had a lot more freedom to choose what I want to read. So I've been messing around with the idea of just doing seasonal TBRs like spring, summer, fall, winter. Those are the seasons. Good job, Cindy. And utilize Spin the Bottle TBR in that way. Or if I want to change up the rules a little bit within my Spin the Bottle game and somehow make it a little bit more flexible. Because with all the other goals that I have for content in terms of planning out videos, being able to do these like multi-month length themed or challenge reading vlogs that I want to be doing, I need some wiggle room within my TBR. So having a monthly TBR sometimes is just very, very restricting for those types of videos. But I want to see if there's a way that I can make my game still work for what I want to be doing outside of my TBR game, because I really do love those videos. I have so much fun playing the game, and I have so much fun editing it. And every time I do the monthly premieres with those videos and hang out with you guys in the comments, it's truly so much fun. It makes me really happy. But again, I need to make it work a little bit more for my reading and my goals and what I want to be doing. So if you guys do have any ideas for making my Spin the Bottle TBR still monthly, but also have wiggle room and space to mood read and so on and so forth, let me know down in the comments. I would really appreciate any sort of outside opinions that you guys might have. But at the very least, I know that I will do like seasonal TBRs if I can't make anything work monthly. Another kind of reading goal that I want to try to focus on in 2023 is actually finishing series. I think I said that it was a goal of mine this past year in 2022, but I truly have not done good. I have not done that. I've only started more. I finished a couple series this year, but I've honestly just started more series than anything else. So continuing and finishing series, especially ones that I own, is very important to me this year in 2023. And I think that I might try to do some themed reading vlogs around that idea. You know, finishing series vlogs or reading the rest of blank series in a week or something like that. You know, I have ideas, and those are the types of things that will knock out two birds with one stone, you know, finishing series, but also themed reading vlogs. But in the same hand, I also want to be reading off my shelves. This is another goal. I have a lot of books, and I definitely just want to try to read the physical books that I have. And if I don't have the book, see if the library that's literally walking distance from my house, see if they have it before I purchase it. There's a grand idea. This could also go into another content goal, is maybe morphing my Made Me Do It series, which I've been using to read my favorite booktubers' favorite books. I could take inspiration from Stephanie Bookish, where she does this series on her channel called Read It Down, where she has people choose books off of her physical TBR to read. And I feel like that idea is something that is super, super appealing to me. So I might try to do some episodes of Made Me Do It, where not only is it reading my favorite booktubers' favorite books, but maybe the stipulation will be you have to choose books that are on my shelves. I could be playing with fire with that idea, but we'll see where that idea takes us. Another goal that I have is reading more genres. I feel like I've started to do a pretty good job this year of diversifying a little bit. Obviously, fantasy and literary, like contemporary fiction, are my two main genres, I feel like, in my heart. But this year I've gotten into horror pretty big. I think that before I started reading horror this year, I thought that horror meant like blood, gore, guts, all of these things that like I didn't think that I would really like. But there are so many little sub-genres of horror, and I have found so many favorite books this year that are in the horror genre. So I think that I found out that I just don't like extreme horror, but like horror on the side of like haunted houses, like paranormal, or like psychological, almost like thrillery type horrors. Absolutely love that. I am excited to continue to explore the horror genre, which is super exciting. I want to read more nonfiction. I have really good memoirs. I have really good nonfiction books that I really want to try to prioritize this next coming year. Also, I want to dip my toe back into historical fiction. I know that like on the surface, the books never really grab my attention, but the couple times that I've read those books, I've really loved it. So I want to dip my toe back into that genre and test it out again. I am excited to also further my exploration into sci-fi. Caleb's favorite genre is sci-fi. And obviously it's super fun to talk about books with Caleb. And that being said, there might be some new series coming in 2023 involving Caleb. I know that I've been hinting at a book club with Caleb for the past years since I've been here. But we've been so stinking busy, and I'm not going to promise anything. But I will say that Caleb and I have been brainstorming 2 or 3 different ideas of series of videos that involve him that we're both really excited about. So you will probably see more of Caleb in 2023 as well. I do have some goals pertaining to the greenhouse, which is my Patreon. Already we do weekly reading sprints, but I do want to do twice weekly reading sprints if my work schedule allows me, since my schedule changes every single week. And occasionally I do want to come over to my main channel on YouTube and do some live reading sprints here every now and then as well, and somehow tie those into the readathons we do within the greenhouse. These readathons I want to make monthly or bi-monthly depending on schedule, and those weekends are some of my favorites. We literally just live stream pretty much the whole weekend. Most of the time there's a movie night, a mindful morning, a happy hour, all of the things, and of course we read a ton of pages. The greenhouse Patreon sprints are always a riot. I love it so much. I want to try to involve my main channel a little bit within that and maybe do some live reading sprints here, but still predominantly keep it within the greenhouse. So if that does sound like something that you would enjoy, the link to my Patreon is down in the description if you want to further support me and join the cutest, messiest group of bookworms that there could be. Other Patreon goals is continue to obviously do my monthly book club and start creating a lot more exclusive content within my Patreon. Again, I don't mean to just try to blame it, but like house stuff and wedding was a lot. There was a lot. I was very busy. So now that the wedding's done and the house is mostly at a place where is much more tolerable, I do plan to focus a lot more on like spending even more time over on my Patreon creating more exclusive things. A few of the last little things that I want to talk about are just personal intentions and goals for like me and my health. One thing that's really important to me as well as Caleb is creating a morning routine. We want to, one, start exercising again. We definitely fell off the wagon with everything going on this past year. We want to start up our mindful like meditation practice again. We want to chef it up in our new amazing kitchen. Caleb's very excited to start cooking and learning how to do more things. I'm really excited to also be his little sous chef, but also learn how to bake. Like I'm so excited to learn how to bake this year. I have my new mixer and I'm just so ready to master the almond croissant. Not only do we want to have a morning routine with exercising and like nourishing our bodies, but we also just want to have an evening routine as well. We talked about maybe turning off the TV by 9 and then getting ready for bed, but then doing no screen time things like reading, writing, literally anything that doesn't involve a screen. We want to start implementing that in the new year as well. I know I talked about it earlier, how I want to be more organized and kind of plan out videos in advance, but that also pertains to my normal everyday life as well. When things are organized, I feel like I have more control. I don't feel as scattered and messy, even though I know it's impossible to not be messy as me who I am. That's impossible. But I do think that if I kind of focused on being a little bit more organized within like a journal and like everyday life, I think that it would just help my mental health out a lot. I think that it would just make me feel better, more like at peace. This goes into like cultivating space and time for myself. I've talked about how my new house vlogs and that series is going to start morphing into style with me and create this with me in my new house. And I'm very excited for those videos. Like I want to create a reading nook. I want to create these specific spaces that I can go to relax and decompress and not only have the space, but have that time to myself. So I'm very excited for that series to continue and morph into some really exciting content that I hope you guys enjoy. And then the last goal that I had is just kind of to make memories, to take a step back and live in the present moment, not vlog everything, take time away from YouTube, from content, from whatever I have going on in my professional busy work life, and just plan things for just Caleb and I. Whether that's a vacation or just spending a weekend at home, not doing anything. I am just a big person on creating memories, and I want to have those times where we're just there, living in the present moment. And I know that seemed like a lot of things. I hope it was somewhat coherent. I hope it somehow kind of followed a structured path. Please let me know down in the comments any ideas you have for me, things that you want me to focus on in the new year. I love reading through the comments and getting ideas of things that you want to see from me. So with that being said, I am looking forward to 2023, especially being here with you guys. On top of any of the ideas that you have for me, let me know some of your reading goals down below in the comments if you care to share. And while you're down there, don't forget to subscribe and like the video. I always appreciate your support. And of course, be kind to one another and happy reading. Bye.